I feel slightly ashamed of being a United fan, because it's almost like today tells me that we're not a special club anymore. For an English club at the pinnacle of English Premier League football, we've suddenly done what anybody else would do. We've panicked, we've got rid of a manager after 1 year, and a manager that I suspect, whether you think he was the right choice or the wrong choice, was chosen basically because he can work at a budget. And let's face it, we've been listening to what's been coming out of the Old Trafford boardroom since 2005 from the Glazers about there's funds and there's money there for transfers. I've yet to see it emerge, really.
Yeah, and he also wanted a number of key players brought in and was very, very unsuccessful in the transfer market at the end of last season. And some would say, well, is that his fault or is that the chief executive's fault, who controls the purse strings? Very
interesting that Moyes has gone, but Woodward is still there. And then there is that worry that if they bring in somebody else like Louis van Gaal, the World Cup's in the way, they might use that as an excuse now. Oh, we couldn't buy anyone because of the World Cup. I am very cynical about the Glazers. For all the Moyes out campaign, this has been a ticking time bomb ever since 2005. We've seen great players at United go, Ronaldo for 80 million. He wasn't replaced like with like. There was no Ribery coming into United. There was no Arjen Robben. We've seen Giggs come to the end of his career. There's been no Arjen Robben. There's been no Ribery, no Tony Kroos bought to replace him. Scholes has retired. And we were told even as Scholes has come into the end of his career that there was no value in the market, and yet I'm looking across the road to the Etihad and I'm thinking, David Silva, 23 million, no value in the market, really. Yaya Toure, 25 million, no value in the market. Now, I think everything's about budget, and it's about, keeping hold of that money. £800 million has gone out of United since 2005 in interest payments and various consultancy fees.
Okay.
None of that money should have been reinvested in the team.
Okay, Moyes has gone. Giggs is taking temporary charge. Would you like to see him take full-time charge?
Well, I'm confused, because in many ways what made United such a unique brand is they didn't do that. They gave managers more than a season. And although Moyes might not have been the right man, how are you going to be able to tell until at least Christmas? He's been without Van Persie for over half the season. Had Van Persie been able to play this season, nearly all the games like last season, and Rooney was available for 14 or 15 games, which he missed this season, we might have scored an extra 20, 25 goals. Then we've qualified for the Champions League. So my worry is we're now on the managerial merry-go-round, and, it can be a slippery slope out of the frying pan into the fire. And, it's taken a certain specialness away from United now. And, if you think, well, why did they give Moyes a job in the first place? They didn't give it to a Mourinho, because Mourinho would have come into Old Trafford and said, oh, I need 2 new midfielders, I need this, I need that, give me 200 million. And, Moyes was too loyal to say that, but that is the truth. This is the poorest United squad for 25 years. And most United fans are aware of that. And Ferguson worked an absolute miracle winning the league last year.